Go.
Good afternoon. It's Jim with Becky behind the camera, and we are With It Retirees in Beaverton, Oregon. Well, it's a nice fall day today, and it's time for us to talk mushrooms. The weather around here has been cool and wet, and what that means is there's mushrooms all over the place. If you go walking around in the neighborhood, you'll see all kinds of mushrooms all over everything. Don't eat them if you should see any of those. I personally am not trained in how to determine a good mushroom from a bad mushroom, so I don't do it. I might try to do it someday. I think if you're going to do it, you need to get with a group of people that know what they're doing and really do a good job of learning how to identify mushrooms. But anyhow, that's not the mushrooms we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the ones that I have that have just got ready to harvest in here. These are pearl oyster mushrooms. This, let me pull this off of here. These are perhaps the most common mushroom that you will get if you get a kit to make mushrooms. I'm going to pull them both out of here. And because, of course, they're very easy to grow and they taste good, so they got a lot of stuff going for them. So anyhow, this is just a really good all-around mushroom. Now, what I'm going to do is harvest these into this. This is about a 1970 vintage square Pyrex party bowl. They come in different sizes and they had little bowls. You can just picture people back there in the 70s hanging around the Pyrex bowls and having a good time. So anyhow, we just grab it at the base, pull it off of there. Yeah. This one's got a couple different pieces. I'm going to pull that off. That one. And this one. Now, we put this back. What I wanted to talk about today is here's the thing. These things decide to fruit when they want to and to make mushrooms when they want to. You can kind of guide them along. It's sort of like trying to herd cats. So when they decide to flower, and you got about a day, these are perfect right now. By tomorrow, they are no good, at least not to pick and to show. So the problem with them is they don't keep very good. Any mushroom, but in particular oyster mushrooms, a few days tops. But in my opinion, they're really only good to eat for maybe 24 hours. So what am I going to do? Either I got to eat all these mushrooms, or find someone else to eat them, or do something else with them. So that's what I have begun doing. Is the something else part of it. And I have been dehydrating them. This is dehydrated mushrooms here. They're perfectly dry. They'll snap when you break them. They don't look like much, but there's quite a few mushrooms in here. The way you use these, if you want to use them, if you were to just take that jar and fill it with hot water and set it on the side of the counter, in about 10 or 15 minutes, these will hydrate back into to regular mushrooms, surprisingly, and they have a good flavor. So basically, you just drain them well and kind of squeeze out the water, and there you go. You've got a big batch of mushrooms. So the way you do that is with a dehydrator. This particular dehydrator is from Cabela's. It's the smallest one they make. It's a 6-drawer. Dehydrators come in two basic kinds. There's one kind that you will see where the rings that you put things on are stacked in a circle up above, and then the heating unit and the fan is on top. And then the other kind is like this, which has the heating unit and fan behind it, so that all the drawers get at the same. The advantage is you don't have to flop the drawers around because it's pretty evenly heated. So this particular one has 6 of these. That's not considered a very big one, but you get a pretty good piece of cover, so you get like 6 of those. So what I'm going to do as I go is just take these mushrooms. If they're little ones like that, I'm just going to put them right on there like that. The big one, I will cut them in half, and these will then go in this dryer. This thing is currently set at 130 degrees, which seems about right to me. Depending on your dryer, they're all going to be a little bit different. But it ran, the last one, these ones that I did here, went about 11 hours total. So that you just have to see on yours. Obviously, you would just fill this up, stick it in there, turn it on, and there you go, it's on. That's all there is to it. And this is not like frying eggs or making a steak. You don't overdo it in like 30 seconds. So if you're a little under or a little over, you can turn it back on again and stuff like that. It's not super critical on the very second you have to take the stuff out of there. So anyhow, that's about all I got to talk about today. We will see you next time.